Flip the Book is an aid helping you become more mindful in your journaling. In the chaos of everyday life, self-reflection questions provide a gateway to mindfulness. Through journaling, you cultivate a present moment awareness, fostering deep connection to your thoughts and feelings. Dive into the world of mindfulness through self-reflection and discover the beauty of living in the now. I hope you really enjoy the following guest on Flip the Book. I think it's time to play Flip the Book. So would you like to pick book 1, 2 or 3?
I'm called to book 2.
Book 2. Okay, so that's interesting. That's Breaking Free from the Chains of Silence. Now, we only use the back of the book because it has part of your true essence in it. So something that's important for you. So what we pull up from here will be something that is very personal to you and very much part of your true essence. So could you give me a number between 189 and 215?
213.
213. So you have 4 paragraphs to pick from. Which would you like? 1?
4.
4. Okay, so this actually comes under the heading of truthfulness. So truthfulness would be important to you. Being mistaken does not mean you were deceptive. It means you were lacking in understanding and knowledge. Deception is done for a purpose which alters others' ability to trust the accuracy of what you convey. Deception creates doubt, doubt fuels fear, and fear often counteracts the value of truth. This leaves fear and the desire for control to be the governing factor over your decision-making, which can leave you devaluing your own resonance with truth and the integrity of your soul. Deception is a choice to deceive. Truthfulness is a choice to acknowledge reality. So where does that take you?
I love that because that talks about truth, and the entire concept of truth you can expand to spiritual truth. And what is spiritual truth? The spiritual truth is encompassing everything about all the different spiritual laws, whether that's the law of attraction or the law of sowing and reaping, which kind of goes back to what we were talking about before, is everything that you put out is what you're going to receive. Remember, we were talking about as you create, that is what you are going to receive. You create high vibration, you create tremendous compassion, you create wonderful high vibrations of love and kindness. That's what you're going to receive in the spirit world. So that's sort of that entire combination of the law of attraction, because you're going to attract yourself to that vibration, but you're also going to receive that as from, sowing the seeds of kindness and compassion. You're going to receive the benefits and the end result of compassion, which is one of the reasons why we always hear the phrase, it is better to give than receive. One of the reasons why it's so much better to give is not only do you feel wonderful when you actually give love and compassion and kindness, but you're expanding your entire being. You're growing. You're creating this beautiful vibration. So when you think about truth, you think about spiritual truth. And what is the spiritual truth? Is that everything that you're seeing around you is the illusion of the ego mind that you're actually creating in your own existence, because the mind can create whatever it wants.
Mm. And it can use any source to create it. So if you've got
Absolutely.
unresolved emotions or fears or negative self-beliefs, that's what you're going to create your perception from.
Right.
So
Right.
which alters, if you're stuck with a misconception and you're creating from a misconception, then it's going to have that deceptive tone to it
Right,
because
and
it started.
I think you were also talking about the phrase deception as being something of an untruth told for a reason. But don't forget, you can also be deceiving yourself.
Oh, most of the time we do.
Yeah,
You know what
there
I
you
mean?
go.
That yeah, most of the time we do. Because I think that anyone such as yourself as a medium or any really intuitive skills, we all go through that stage where we fear that it is deceptive. You know, we have to really look at it. We have to if you want to come from integrity and authenticity, you're going to be confronted with that belief, and you've got to go through, I call it the tunnel, but you've got to go through that tunnel and really work out what resonates with you. And I think
Mhm.
as people are dealing with lots of stuff, and even those that are doing the journaling, is that you can start somewhere and it'll take you to the truth. So you can start with a denial and it'll take you to the truth if you keep requesting truthfulness from yourself. If you
And
decide that's what you want to understand,
yeah,
it'll present itself.
it's interesting. You also talked about the tunnel. As soon as you said the tunnel, the first thing that I began to become aware of it's also you are going through a gauntlet of fire where you're burning off the
Mm,
and you're burning off all that you no longer need, so that by the end of this journey you have become cleansed, as it were, so that you now know the truth. You now are much more clear about what it is that you need to know, who you are, where you're going, and what the ideal reality is.
yeah, and realize that those walks that you've done to discover that, you don't have to hang on to them anymore. They're done. They're burnt.
Right.
They're yeah. So
It's all been
which is
burned away.
burned away. Yeah, you're left with the wisdom, the understanding. So which is a beautiful thing. We all love that.
Right.
I want to thank you for being on the show. I've really appreciated the conversation.
Well, my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me on. It was wonderful being here.